Hello, my name is Amelia Brown. I will be representing Joshua in the case against the state. We are here to discuss my client's Fourth Amendment rights to consent to protect people from unreasonable search and seizures by the government, but only those that were deemed unreasonable under the law. Joshua was stopped for a traffic violation with no registration. The officer showed up suspicious of my client because of his anxious demeanor and coming out of a drug-known area. Furthermore, the officer asked him to search his vehicle, which my client consented to. After moving the officer's way to the glove box, the officer from Nye County noticed that the glove box was locked. My client further denies the right to search the glove box and asked for a lawyer. The officer used a tactic in a form of fishing after my client was detained. After my client was detained and was becoming heightened in emotion, the officer stated, "Why don't you just tell me how much weed is in there and we can," end quote, "call it a day." In comparison to the Heights, State versus Heights, September 6, 2001, in New Hampshire case, the officer is fishing evidence out of Dorian Heights in hopes to find incriminating evidence by exploiting the defendant's ignorance of his own constitutional rights. This case further shows great comparison to my client Joshua's encounter with the Nye County police officer, as further shows the officer spoke in a laughing demeanor, further asking my client what was in the glove box, even though he had already denied the consent to look in the glove box, and further was asking for an attorney for a second time. The probable cause from the police officer then further led to search Joshua's car and seizing of drug paraphernalia. Furthermore, yes, the officer did have probable cause to search my client's car, just like Boothby in State versus Livingston, but probable cause to search David Livingston's car after smelling a strong odor of burnt marijuana coming from inside. But the further differences between my client's case to the State versus Livingston's is that even though Livingston's gave Boothby the extent to search his car in a limited manner, my client Joshua further gave no consent at all of the officer to look in the glove box. Further, the Nye County Police Department searched the glove box without Joshua's consent. Further, he also said that he would likely get a misdemeanor for the drugs, even though he had further mentioned in the beginning of the film that they could just call it a day if he was allowed to look in the glove box. Furthermore, in conclusion, this officer of the Nye County of Nevada failed to gain consent from my client Joshua, and he breached his Fourth Amendment right. Thank you very much.